Once again, your history ma'am is here. This is Dr. Sushma from JNV Gonda. Already I had uploaded my video on this topic. This is the first chapter of class 12, but that was bilingual. So I was receiving requests from the students of English medium to upload the videos in English. So again I am uploading the same chapter in English. So you all can take benefit of this and you will not be at loss at all. As you know, the classes are running online. So just to give you the complete learning facility, I am uploading my video again in English, right? So this chapter, Bricks, Beads and Bones. The name of the first chapter you can see is Bricks, Beads and Bones. The chapter is divided in two parts. As you know, all the chapters of history are very lengthy. So I have uploaded the videos in two parts. So in this first part, what we are going to study, let us see. Okay. Now this Bricks, Beads and Bones basically is about what? The topic is bricks, beads and bones. You cannot get an idea like what we are going to study in this chapter. We are going to study about Indus Valley Civilization, or you can say Harappan Civilization. Both are same because Harappa was the site of Indus Valley Civilization, right? So in this chapter we are going to study about Harappan culture. Now the first thing that comes in our mind, why do we call it Harappan culture? It is Indus Valley. So why do we call it Harappan culture? The cause of calling Indus Valley civilization to Harappan culture is the first and the foremost site was recovered at Harappa. That is why we call it Harappan culture. There are many sites: Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Lothal, Dholavira, then Nageshwar, Kalibanga, Ropar, Banavali. So many sites are there. But this was the site recovered first. That is why it is named as Harappan culture. Now the time period of this site is assumed as 2600 to 1900 BC. So we are not very much sure about anything about this culture or this civilization. Why we are not sure? Because we do not have written records about this civilization. At that time writing was not developed. But whatever was written, something is pictographic and some are alphabetic. And still the most important thing is, the great problem is the script is not yet deciphered. So we don't know what is written. Whatever we know about this civilization, that is through excavation. So my knowledge, your knowledge, our knowledge is based on excavation. What is recovered from the ruins, that is the base of the knowledge. So time period assumed for this culture was 2600 BC to 1900 BC. I had already told you why BC is running like this, 26 to 1900 BC 8. Okay. So Harappa was the first site. That is why it is known as Harappan culture. This is the time period. And what is the source to know? That is excavation. Whatever we know, that is through excavation. What we have recovered from the excavation? We have recovered pots. Number of pots are there. Then number of seals are there. Then art and craft. Art and craft is also there. Then tools are there. Ornaments are there. Statues are there. These all are recovered from the ruins of Harappan culture. This gives a lot of information about this civilization, right? Now, see, you can see Sir John Marshall. The credit goes to who discovered the civilization. The credit goes to Sir John Marshall, and this is Dayaram Sahni, and then this one is R.D. Banerjee. So, D.R. Sahni and Rakhal Das Banerjee. These are the three important persons, and the credit goes to them. The discovery was done by these people. Then near Meerut, that is in UP, some railway line construction work was going on, and then they got a signal, they got some ruins, and they got an idea that there is some civilization under the earth. Now next in this, what we can see, okay, next is many important sites are there, right? You can see so many sites. Just now I told you Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Supta-Gendor, Alamgirpur, then Dholavira, Kalibanga, Banavali, Rakhigadi, a lot of so many are there. So what you can see here is some sites are no more in India. Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Supta-Gendor. Now they are in Pakistan. You can see it here. They are in Pakistan. But these important sites like Kalibanga, that is in India. Okay. Then Lothal, Dholavira, Rangpur, they all are in India. And one side, this is Alamgirpur. Okay. Alamgirpur is important for you because this is the only site in UP. Alamgirpur is in UP and this is the only site in UP, right? So these are the sites of Indus Valley. Now we talk about the beginning of this civilization. Now in beginning, what do we see? What was their main occupation? How they were earning their livelihood? Like today they were not doing any job, like so many professions are there. At that time, their main work was agriculture and domestication of animals. That is why, what do we see? One common thing is there. Most of the civilization in the beginning, you will see they developed around the river. They developed nearby the river because they were irrigating the lands. The water was available, so it was easy for them to do agriculture. It was easy for them to do domestication of animals. So these were the main occupation of the people, and they were domesticating many animals like sheep, goat. If the question comes which animal was not domesticated or which was domesticated, please be specific, because all the animals, you cannot write dog was there, cat was there. So be specific, whatever is given or written, you have to write that only. See, sheep, goat, buffalo. So these were the animals, they were domesticated at that. Even alligator was also there, deer was there. So some of them were domesticated and some of them were wild animals. Now how do we get the information like they were eating this and this grain, they were eating that thing? Because we have recovered, we have got so many seeds. Some burnt seeds are there, some cooked seeds are there. So that gives a lot of information about their food habit also. So from the excavation we get information about their lifestyle, about their food habits, and about the pots and utensils they were using, and about the animals they were domesticating, right? Now for agriculture, what we were doing, as you know, the system developed nearby the sea, nearby the rivers. So what was the system? It was nearby the river, so there was plenty of water. There was no problem of water. What they had done, they had constructed canals also. So through these canals, they were getting water for their fields. They were irrigating their fields also. How do we know that they were plowing the fields? Because the evidences are there. We have got the evidences of plowed fields. How do we know? Because some toys are there, some toy cards are also there. Some clay toy cards are there. You can see here it is written also. Some clay toy cards are there. That means they were plowing their fields. Tools of stones and metal are also there. So tools also suggest that they were doing agriculture. Now, what sort of metal they were using? Metals, when we say metal, they were not familiar with iron. See, whenever it is asked, please be sure. They were only familiar with bronze. Bronze is a mixture of copper and tin. Sometimes it is also asked in the question, one marker. Bronze is what? Mixture of tin and copper, mixture of this and this. So be particular, right? It was a mixture of copper and tin. So they were using tools made of stone. They were using tools made of metal. Toy cards are also recovered. Then this shows that they were doing agriculture. Then the evidences of canal are also there, and that we come to know from Afghanistan. Shortugui, there is a place in Afghanistan, Shortugui. The evidences are available there. Then you can see a lot of earthen pots are also recovered. You can see different shapes. There are some thali-like shapes are there. Then some other shapes are there. So these earthen pots were used by the people of Indus Valley. Then next, you can see not only pots, some these toys are also there. It's little bit unclear, but this is made of clay, you can say. Toy cards are also there. So in toy cards, you can see this shows that they were plowing their fields. Number of toy cards are recovered. Maybe children were playing with them. Then next you can see seals are also there. Now seals of Harappan culture. You can clearly see what is engraved on the seals. Some pictures are engraved on the seal. In the first seal, what you are seeing here, there's a man sitting and he's having a snake in his hand, and there's a deer, some other, and he's surrounded by many animals. The person is surrounded by many animals having a snake. So this gives an impression of Pashupati or Shiva. Today also we worship Lord Shiva. So this gives an impression of Pashupati or Shiva. In other seal you can see there is the bull. You can see bull-like structure is also there. So they were worshipping bull also. These are the seals made of statite. They were using statite to make these seals. And some scripts are also written, but unfortunately still we are in dark because the script is not yet deciphered. Maybe in future we will come to know about more things. Now the most important thing about this chapter or about this civilization is, this is the Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro was the main center. When we say the main center, that is Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Lothal, they are the main centers. What was the important thing in Mohenjo-daro? Town planning. Even today also we say it was well developed. When we compare it with Mesopotamian civilization, we see Mesopotamian cities were not planned because they were having narrow streets and it was difficult to take the things there with the help of car. But when we talk about Mohenjo-daro, that means they had well planned town system. The second thing is drainage system. They had developed good drainage system, no blockage, no choking problem was there. Then we will be doing about house architecture, how they were constructing their houses and what was seated in. Okay, these four things we will discuss further. Then first of all, you can see this is the town planning, layout of the town planning. Only rules are there. Now it's no more. The civilization is destroyed, completely vanished. Now the layout you can see is there. This is about the town planning. Okay. Then you can see a picture about the drainage system also. This is the drainage system, how the streets were made, how the drainage. Now one try to understand. Now see, drainage system, there was, each house was connected with a drain. Each house was connected with a drain. Then this drain was joined with the main drain and there was a pit. There was a soak pit and the garbage and all the waste was going in this pit through these drains. That means the well-developed drainage system was there during Harappan period, or you can say Harappan culture. Right? After drainage system, you can see the picture of Great Bath. Great Bath, still we are not very much sure. See, about when we talk about Mohenjo-daro or Harappa, we are not very sure about anything because whatever we know today is based on excavations. The script is not deciphered, so how we can say this happened because of this? Whenever you are writing the answer, you will have to mention historians. Different historians have different views. Why? Because different historians they are not aware about the script. When the script will be deciphered in future, then we can write surely that this is because of this. Okay. Now, Great Bath was used maybe for some religious purpose. There is a Great Bath means the big pond. You can see the structure. There is a big pond in the middle and there is a gallery also. Staircases are also there and there were rooms constructed around the pond. So it is assumed that maybe this great bath was used for some religious purpose. And there is provision of hot water also. Imagine that thing, provision of hot water. At that time, provision of disposal of dirty water also. Means such advanced technology they had developed at that time. It is really praiseworthy. Okay. Then granary system was also there. You can see the ruins of granary means the surplus grain was kept here. Like godowns we say. So surplus grain was kept here. Okay. So this was all about town planning. Now we come to the social differences. When we say social differences, even today also there are differences in our society. But it is easy to identify. But at that time, we were not there, contemporaries are not there. How we can say there were social differences? The question also comes. Maybe in 3 marks, you can see the question. Social differences. Now, 2 things are there. In social differences, we can write 2 points. One is burial system. Because rich people were buried with costly items. Okay. The burial system was, both the systems were prevailing. Means they were burning the dead body and they were burying them also, burying, and so both the systems were there. Like in Hindus we are having different systems, in Muslims we are having different systems, but at that time both the systems were existing. So this was there, and then second is luxury item. How you can say that this is the dead body of, this is the place where the rich person was there or the poor person was there, because of the items buried with him or her. Those who were rich, with them the pot of furs is there, then the costly items are there, then the jewelry is there. But with the poor people, earthen pots are there, then these cheap things are there, costly things are not kept with them. So by seeing them, we can assess, we can get an information that there was social difference. So this gives an idea about the social difference existing in Harappan culture. Then next is, we come to the next point. You can see the burial system. The picture is there. So how they were burying, the dead body was kept, like today also we are doing the same thing in our religion also, north and south. The head was kept in north and the legs, the feet were kept in south. It was kept like that. Then some bangles are also recovered. That means that was the skeleton of a lady. Bangles means the skeleton of a lady. Then there is are two skeletons in the same grave. That means this system was also prevailing. Sometimes 2-3 persons were also buried in the same grave, right? So this is all about this first part. Now some questions are there. You can go through it. You can take a screenshot also. So what we studied today, we studied about the drainage system. We studied about the town planning. Then we studied the sources to know Harappan culture, and we studied about different sites like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Lothal, Dholavira. One more thing that is important for you, please, this chapter is important for map purpose also. You are asked to mark or locate in the map also. So go through the map and see the sites and the states where they are recovered. So please go through the questions, and if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed, and this will help you to learn the first part of chapter 1. Thank you. Keep